All right, you guys know what time it is. When you hear that intro music, it means that you are in the place to be. It also means that it's Thursday. So the Locker Room Show is officially every single Thursday. Before we even get into it, make sure you subscribe if you haven't already subscribed, because this is where we bring the football sauce. Every single Thursday, we bring in people from the industry to serve you. So tonight is no different. I am pumped up. This is somebody that I have known since I was 17 years old. This is my brother, somebody that I have been down for. He's been down for me on the football field, and the friendship continues to persist. This is somebody that was a bad man, you guys, on the gridiron, college football All-American, as fast as a hiccup out there. So first and foremost, let me introduce my brother that holds me down every single Thursday on the other side of the corner. That is none other than Q the Guru. What's the word, Guru?
Man, I'm feeling great. Man. We got Rome on this. We got Rome on here. We got football season coming up. We got a giveaway we going to talk about later. It's going down.
It's going down. It's going down. Say no more. Say no more.
I'm telling you, man, we got it going, man. I'm telling you, wonderful.
We definitely do. So, hey, let me not take up any more of you guys' time, because I know there's football on the tube too. But the gentleman in the middle of the screen, like I told you before, as fast as you'll see on the football field, he was our Tariq Hill at the University of Colorado. Amazing, dynamic kick returner, also deep on the offensive side in the slot, and that is none other than the great Denver's own Roman Hollowell. What's going on, Cell Block?
Man, not a whole lot, fellas. First, man, I just want to say happy football to y'all, and man, love what y'all doing on the podcast, man. I've tuned in to, a couple handful of shows, and I appreciate y'all taking time to chat with me, man. Very, very much appreciated.
Yeah, no doubt.
Much love. Yeah, so this was a matter of time. I knew you had been on the other Locker Room Show, but we had to get you on the YouTube Locker Room Show. And I got some people already in here. The great Coach Fall says from the couch in Alabama, and I know Coach Falls can multitask, so he's probably watching some football, scouting too, because he's coaching tomorrow. And then the great Jimmy Rucker stopped in. He said Florida, Utah, Nebraska, Minnesota. His remote is in his hand. He's ready to do his thing. So we appreciate you, fellas. Yeah, we appreciate you. And we're fully into it. We're fully into it, you guys. And that's why you guys got to join us in the locker room, because look, we're talking about this stuff live that's going on, but also we're the only show, you guys, online that's really bringing in people that have lived it, and they're giving you their advice and telling you their story too. So let's get right into it, man. Once again, dynamic kick returner, multiple kick returns that I witnessed and was probably helping block for at the University of Colorado. This is somebody that is actually a Denver native. I seen this man run a 4.3 without even stretching, doing winter conditioning and pro days and things like that. So definitely excited to have Rome on. And I wanted to get into our first topic, Rome. And if you're joining us for the first time, all of the topics that we talk about are right there on the bottom ticker. So the first one, man, is hometown love. Hometown love, man. You decided to stay home. I know you had some options. I believe Maryland, a few other schools that definitely wanted your services, man. Went to a powerhouse high school, Mullen High School in Colorado. And you said, man, I'm going to stay home. You know, even though mom could pop up on me, I'm going to stay on home and go to Colorado. So when you think back to that decision, what were some of the key factors that played in that?
Man, Tim, it's funny, man. I'm glad you asked that question. But in high school, junior, senior year, I had no desire of staying in the state of Colorado. I wanted to get away. I'm a native, been in Colorado my whole life. So I wanted to get outside the state and see something different. But things didn't work out in that manner. I actually went to the summer camp up at CU the summer before my senior year. And that's honestly, in my opinion, that's really the only reason why they recruited me. You remember Coach Hout, Bobby Hout? He's the one that pointed me out at that camp. And ever since that point, that came was probably in June of '97. They kept an eye on me throughout that fall, that winter. So, but like I said, man, I thought I was headed to Washington. I was either Washington. I wanted to go to somewhere in California. I wanted to go to SC or UCLA, but I feel like my mom taught us, everything does happen for a reason. At the time, Rick Neuheiser was the head coach. We called him Tricky Ricky, and he just kind of spit some game to me, man. And I just felt like he had a lot of game, and I just felt like he was the best place for me to be. If I could do it all over again, I would do everything the same, man. I was fortunate enough to build and create lifetime friendships. I still talk to folks, T. Today, I talk to you, obviously, DG, D Graham, Cortland Johnson, and a few others. So, and then obviously, I had the opportunity for my mom, my brother, my family, cousins, all to see me play in person. So that was the icing on the cake.
Amazing, man. And obviously the whole city of Boulder and state of Colorado was happy that you came, because we wouldn't have won a championship our senior year without you, brother. So that was a good deal right there. And we are on, speaking of the Colorado Buffaloes, you guys, this is it. All the talk is done. All of the media coverage and Bucky and the whole family, it's time to get it on with some real competition. And now we get to see what the Buffaloes look like. Our alma mater, Rome. So let me start off with the Jayhawk Guru. When we look at them playing TCU, and this is a big game for game one. They're not starting off with some FCS program. This is a big game for game one. But realistically, man, because you've got the lovers, and I would probably put myself in that category, which probably think above and beyond what it's going to be. And then you got the haters that think it's less than what it's going to be. So what does the Guru say as far as game one? Game one, what's satisfactory as far as how the Buffs look game one to the Guru?
We've looked at a lot of footage of these boys. I am interested to see how their defense holds up, but offensively, they got more firepower than I'm talking about. A lot of schools in the top 10, they got that kind of power, man. You got Travis, you got Jimmy Horn's son. It's a lot of, like, these kids are explosive. Whether it's going deep or a reverse or a hitch all the way to the crib for 80 or 90 yards, man. Then Shador is a top-notch trigger man. So I'm seeing them. They can put up 35 a game. Now, will they game?
So when you sit back, do they have to win the game? Is that what they have to do? Do they got to be close? What's satisfactory?
Satisfactory is a win. And it's not about the hype. It's about the confidence and how quickly you can get all these new transfers in under Prime's new regime, how quickly you can get them to jail. But be it that it is all this hype, they don't have 4, 5, 6 games of jail. They got to come out smoking. It's got to be on from the go. So they need a win. This first game right here, this is going to set the tone big time. They got it, nothing less than a win. I don't care if it's by a field goal, but they got to get a W out the gate.
Okay. Talk to me, Rome. Blood, sweat, and tears on Folsom Field. You've donned the helmet. For you as an alum, and we've come from the depths, the bottom cellar of college football. We almost went FCS, dude. What's satisfactory to alum Roman Hollowell when he's watching this Saturday?
Man, in terms of expectation, man, you already know my expectation is get a W. Like Guru said, the players on the outside are top of the line quality. What I'm interested in seeing is what them hogs look like. Because like both of you guys know, that's where the game is won, right? So
absolutely,
that's definitely what I'm looking for. But just knowing Coach Prime's standards, what he holds himself to, the people he's brought around the program in terms of coaches, players through the portal. I know they're expecting to win, so I'm expecting to win as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a good point, Rome. That's a good point. As far as how they're gonna look in the trenches. But I mean, when you got guys like Warren Sapp around your kids, man, that helps. You know what I'm saying? So that's what Prime brings to the program. Like, this dude is bringing Hall of Famers around these kids consistently.
So are you disappointed if it's a loss by 3? Are you disappointed if it's 10 or more? Well, it's just win or nothing for him to get the approval.
I mean, as long as we're competing, fighting, biting, scratching.
Because a game can go either way.
Yeah. I mean, it can go either way, but as long as we're competitive. I mean, Guru, you know, in the past watching CU, we would go away. We would, play an away game, and we're getting blasted. CU's getting blasted. So, like I said, we have to be competitive, and I think it'll be even greater if we can get that dub out of
Okay. All right. I'm hearing you. So there you guys have it right there. And we'll see Saturday. The talk is done. We're on to our next topic, you guys. And if you're just joining us live, I'm your host, Coach Terrence Wood. We got the Guru far right, and then the All-American Roman Hollowell in the middle right there. But we're on to our next topic, you guys. And this one definitely caught my attention because, us football players, we need our family. We need our family. We need our friends to help us push through. And some of us that are married, we definitely need our wives. But this is kind of one that backfired a little bit. And Matthew Stafford's wife, Super Bowl champ, Kelly Stafford, was on her podcast because, everybody's got a podcast nowadays. And she was saying, you guys, that her husband's having problems gelling with the young cats on the team. Gelling with the young guys. There's some turnover. He's having problems. So I'm going to talk to you, Rome, to start off with this one. Should the wives, girlfriends, brothers, should they be talking about what's going on the job? Or do you think, should those questions be able to be asked of the media? What's your opinion on this?
I mean, we all have a right to our opinion, right? I think that's the awesomeness of our country, right? But my preference, I would prefer my family to stay my family, and me myself answer any questions pertaining to my job, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I got you. And I know that some players are a little bit more vocal than others, but I know, Rome, when you were a player, you were a little bit more to yourself. So you definitely didn't want any family member or friend speaking on your behalf. Q, talk to me a little bit. Obviously this is his wife. She's got kids by this man. She's a confidant, some pillow talk. Let's flip it, because this was her podcast and she was divulging on her own podcast. But let's flip it to the media side. If I'm a big-time college athlete, if I'm a pro athlete, should the media be able to maybe pull my mom aside and ask some questions, or should parents and family be off limits?
Well, no, it's not that they should be off limits. It's just that people around you that are, especially in your immediate family, you all need to have that conversation about what can be said and what can't be said. And when the media see you with a particular question, it's next question. You see what I mean? But a lot of families don't have that talk. That's when other family members get caught off guard outside of the athlete. Now, the way that a lot of people could read it is, oh, well, now Matt Stafford, maybe he's not a good leader because he's not finding the way to get through to the good guys. But you can't not be a good leader, because all the money he's making, and you're the quarterback, and you're a veteran. You see what I'm saying? So you see how it can spin it just that quick, and now it can be a possible issue. So what if it's a situation where he needs to get traded, and that what she said can be used against him in a trade situation?
Leverage. Okay. Talk to me, Rome. Let's say my baby's mom or my wife wants to start a podcast. And she says, Rome, I know you just won the Super Bowl. I think, I've been wanting to start a podcast. This is my time. Are you saying, baby, I got your back, but please don't talk about X? Or are you saying, hey, I need to trust her judgment?
Well, no, I think Q made a good point, man. You definitely need to set those expectations. And I think today is so different. It's all about accessibility, right? And I mean, with Mrs. Stafford having her own podcast, she has easy access to the media. So she's going to speak how she feels, when she feels. So I think expectations is key right off the bat. But like I said, it's a different day, man. Accessibility is so easy nowadays.
Yeah. No, that's a great point right there. And some of you athletes that might go viral, and we're about to talk about one here shortly. Like these gentlemen said, might want to pull aside some of your close family members. So speaking of, it's just a different day and age, you guys. Yeah. Speaking of viral and Q, we had plenty of conversations about this young man over the weekend. But young Zachariah Branch, USC Phenom, they were kind of expecting this, but maybe not to this level, is on the national scene. He is definitely on the national scene. 262 yards, I believe, all purpose. Was playing around with San Jose State in his college debut, like he had been there before. And I wanted to ask you guys, because this young man has even talked about his life has changed. Odell Beckham is calling him and all kind of things going on. Obviously, maybe the ladies, Q. So talk to me, Guru. If you're a family member, he has an older brother too, and you just catch virality, what are some of the key things that you're talking to about with this young man?
Definitely to stay the course. You're going to continue making good plays, continue, being a class on time. Nothing changes. Just because you're getting more media exposure, because you're out there doing what you're supposed to do and you are making great plays, you're going to see yourself on Sports Center. You're going to get, interviews, but you have to stay the course. But he has to make sure that there's people around him, because a kid that's that talented, of course, just like that, because of all these, deals that he's going to be offered, females on campus. I mean, he's an SC, for Christ's sake, man. I mean, I can't imagine that in LA, man. So it's a lot going on around him. You know what I'm saying? So he really, really has to work extra hard to stay grounded.
Rome, talk to me. I mean, I seen you take something 80 yards, man, but it wasn't your true freshman year. We didn't even hit the field till redshirt freshman year. So true freshman, first game, 262 yards out the blocks, man. When you look at this young man's situation, is it on USC to make sure he's protected, or is it on him and his family?
I believe it's a combination of factors. SC, coaching staff, family, has to keep the right group of friends around him. But at the same time, I mean, I would let him know it's a marathon and not a race. This was only the first game. We have, 10, 11 more games left? Hopefully his position coach, the head coach, as they were sitting there watching film of that San Jose game,
right?
They pointed out some mistakes of things he can get better at, and letting them know, you had a great game, that's awesome, but there's still some space to improve and get better. So
yeah,
he just needs to stay on that grind, continue to get better. Keep in mind what his overall goal, his overall destination is, so he can work to that point to attain it. And, like I said, as long as he stays locked in, the right folks around him, he'll be fine.
Yeah.
Tell me this, because I just thought of this, Rome. Let's say this was you. Let's say our very first game. Let's say you played as a true freshman, and our very first game, you just busted out. Who would that first call have been to? Or who would have been that person in your life that could have maybe brought you back to center?
Am I in Boulder or am I in LA?
You in Boulder.
That's a good question, Ron. That's a good question.
Probably my mom or my brother. My mom and or my brother.
Okay.
You would have felt like they would have been sound and kept you level headed and okay.
Absolutely.
All right. So you young athletes listening, man, you guys want the glitz and the glamour, but have you even thought about who you're going to call to make sure that you stay centered when it all goes down? That might be something you want to think about. And staying centered, this is what we're talking about right here. We've got the young Travis Hunter. We got a lot of Buffs action going on this podcast tonight. And Travis is hot. Travis is hot, a true sophomore, obviously highly ranked coming out of high school. And once again, you guys were talking about today's times where there's so much access and exposure. But this young man already has a big social footprint, and now Bleacher Report has tied their wagon to Travis, and he has his own show on Bleacher Report. So I want to ask you guys, and I'll start with you, Q, a lot of exposure, man, for these Qs. And the trolls and haters and everybody can come in when you're live on a podcast. If you were playing today, or maybe if you were close to Travis, or just for athletes in general, how much should they be exposed or do shows or be open during the season, in your opinion?
I mean, it needs
or is
to
it
be
a case-by-case basis?
Well, I mean, what needs to be regulated in some sense. I mean, I love the fact that the exposure that they are getting, but it needs to be regulated because, again, it goes back to when you have, millions of people, watching you, and you have people that are able to, to message you or whatever. I don't know if people can call in on the show or how he has it set up, but that can be a distraction. So it's about get the exposure that's going to keep it to a minimum, at least in season for because man, these boys got a mountain to climb, man. Like that, like you there for a reason, and it's a lot riding, especially on him. I'd say out of everyone on that team, him and Shedeur have the most pressure coming in right here, right now. So they got a lot to prove, man. Got a lot
definitely
to prove.
Pro pressure. That's why there is no amateur at this level. These kids are already dealing with pro pressure, and they're dealing with more pressure than some pro NFL guys. The fringe NFL guy. Talk to me a little bit, Rome, about this. Are you in favor of guys being able to have shows with so much exposure during the season, or if maybe Rome Hollowell is his special teams coach, wide receivers coach, are you telling them, hey, let's wait till after the season?
Man, I mean, again, it's a different day from when we was in school. I definitely love the many opportunities these young men are receiving today. I feel like they deserved it. I feel like we deserved it. But, I mean, one thing my mom always told me, man, options are good. So definitely take advantage of those opportunities. But I think hopefully these young men will know and understand and keep the main thing. Like Q said, they're on that college campus for a reason. One, to be a student. Second, to do their thing on that football field or that playing field rather. So as long as they keep the main thing, and hopefully they do that. But it could be tough. But when I first seen this story, man, I was wondering, when does Travis or when do these different student athletes have time to do this? Because, I mean, I remember, and I'm sure it's changed, but I remember Monday through Sunday, we were occupied with some form or fashion of an activity. Am I wrong, fellas?
No, whole time.
Man.
Whole time. Studying and then still got class. So that's what, when I first saw this myself, I'm like, and he's squeezing this show in how? But hey, I mean, more power to him. I love it. Again, if they getting that type of exposure, man, just make sure that it doesn't end up being a distraction. Right. It's business.
I think that's a great point, fellas. And go ahead, Ron.
No, I was gonna say, I think with like I said, with Coach Prime kind of running the show up there and the folks he has on that campus, man, I think he's definitely built a culture up there. So I think, Coach Prime and his staff will keep them focused. I know just like I said, living in Denver, man, the energy is electric, man. They talking about the buffs on the news, and I mean, I have folks who have called me. I ain't talked to in 5 years, and I go to the game with you.
Yeah.
So, man, it's the energy.
They try to get some access, huh?
Yeah.
Man, it's exciting, brother.
It is. I mean, when you fellas, you got to look at it like this. This level of hype is unprecedented. Every game y'all play is like a bowl game as far as eyes on set. Yeah. Every game y'all play is gonna be like a bowl game as far as people tuning in.
Yeah. And Big Jimmy is saying they deal with pressure and they got the coach to guide them through the pressure.
They're gonna have to.
And speaking of pressure, we got somebody that knows how to deal with some pressure. The great Andre Gerard, teammate. What's going on, Cell Block? This is somebody, and while we got you on the show, Big Dre, congratulations, man. Great. This is somebody, you guys, that is came into Colorado with Rome and myself as freshmen from Houston, Texas. Ended up getting drafted in the second round, another college All-American. We got 2 college All-Americans. See, you never know what's going to happen when you come in the locker room. Some All-Americans might walk up in here. That's what we got going on. What's going on, Big Dre? So thank you for joining us. But good feedback, y'all. This is a new day and age, and a lot of it is a case study. Some of the history of NIL and these podcasts and everything, we're going to see how it plays out. We're going to see how it plays out for these young men, and hopefully it does play out in the right manner. So we're on to our next topic, you guys, and everybody that's joining us live, recorded. Thank you so much. This is the Locker Room Show. Please subscribe. We want to blow this football community up, and we need your help. And this is the season. This is the time to do it. So please subscribe. We are on to our next topic, you guys, and this is a fan favorite. I am very excited about this tonight because we love the lightning round. And I know we got some buffs in the house, so they want to know what's going on with the 5 line, and I want to know too. So I got some good questions for him. But the lightning round is where he's got 60 seconds, you guys, to go through a little bit of a word association game. Okay, so we got some either or. We got some people listed, and we're going to put Rome a little 2-minute bits, but it's 60 seconds, and we're going to see what he come up with. So you ready, big dog?
Let's do it.
All right. So let me get the stopwatch ready for Rome. Now, once again, if you weren't with me from the beginning of the show, this is a man that went 4-3. So he don't play on the stopwatch, and we're going to see if my buff can come through and win this lightning round. Now, Rome, we don't just do this for fun, brother. We need you to come through, Buff. You got to kick off for us. So we got a competition with this. 15 is the number. If you can get 15 or more, then when I come on out, some Pasta J on me. And Pasta J, give me a discount. The wrong eat. So Pasta J on me when I come out. And we got him at zeros, so everybody knows. And we're going to see the first thing on Rome's mind. All right. So unfiltered, uncensored. He's going to tell us what's on his mind when I ask him a question. So here we go, Rome. Now you get one for Tech-to-Let. Since you in Colorado, I'm in California. You get one for Tech-to-Let. So even 14 puts you in the ball game. Okay. All right.
Here we go.
This is the lightning round. Number 1, Mullen High School. Go.
Mullen High School.
Rick Neuheisel.
Tricky.
Terrell Davis.
2,000-yard rusher.
Chad Ochocinco or Stephon Diggs?
Ochocinco.
Raviolis or lasagna?
Lasagna.
Shador Sanders.
Baller.
Cream of wheat or oatmeal?
Oatmeal.
Best DB you ever played against?
Ooh, the cat from Texas. I can't even
Quentin Jammer.
Quentin Jammer. Yeah. Favorite restaurant in Denver?
Hopper, sushi.
Daniel Graham.
2-time Super Bowl champion.
55 seconds. Popcorn chicken or popcorn shrimp? Time. Popcorn chicken.
Popcorn
All right,
chicken.
we'll give him that one. So he got caught up on a couple of. It's no joke. People think it's easy. It's not easy. So let's add them up. Let's add them up and then we'll revisit. Let's see how wrong it is. So we got Mullen High, that's 1. We got Rick New Eyes on the tricks, that's 2. We got Terrell Davis, that's 3. We got the Ocho Cinco, that's 4. We got the lasagna on the 5. We got the Shador Sanders on the 6. We got oatmeal on the 7. We got Best DB on the 8. We got the Best Restaurant on the 9. We got Daniel Graham on the 10. We got the popcorn chicken on the 11 with the bonus for the 12. Big Rome got 12 on the lightning round.
Hey, yeah, I kind of got started off on the wrong foot. My bad.
Let's see. Okay, so Coach Foss talking mess. He said, "Let's see how fast he is tonight." I see Big Blood in here, and I think I know who that is. But he says Tricky. I think I know who that is. That might be another Cell Block member in there. That's D Bart. And then we got Big Dre. Dre Giroux saying, "Yeah, roll with the Ocho." On that one. Definitely. So on the revisit, obviously Mullen High is the great high school that Rome came from. Rick Neuheisel is actually the gentleman that recruited him, as you guys heard. Terrell Davis, 2,000 yards. He's going with the Ocho over the Stephon Diggs. Both footwork masters right there. Man. He's going with the lasagna over the raviolis. Shador Sanders got a lot of pressure on him this weekend. He's going with the oatmeal, y'all, over the cream of wheat. Quentin Jammer as the best DB, huh? After all the DBs you done faced, the Terrence Newmans, everything. Quentin Jammer?
Yeah, Quentin Jammer was serious, man.
T. New is right behind him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely.
All right. So there. And then he says, Hopper, if you in Denver, you got to go by the sushi spot, Hopper. Of course, the great Dan Graham, teammate ours. And then the popcorn chickens. Thank you for having some fun with us right there, 5 on that one. And we love the lightning round. We're on to our last section of the show, you guys, and that is the audience Q&A. So if you're joining us, and I see some jokes in there, Big Dre got some jokes, and my boy Rome was big on the field, but maybe not as big in stature. You're talking about stand up. Right? Got to off my boy right there. They was in the same. Once again, 2 All-Americans in the huddle. Oh, Big Blood is TK.
Hey.
That's my OG right there. What's going on, TK? Amazing linebacker, SCU, and we're on route. So going on to our last topic of the night, that is the audience Q&A. And if you have something for the great Roman Hollowell, I know we got some Buffs in the house. I know we got some Denver people. Please don't hesitate. Put it in the comment section before we let him out here. And then I know, Q, you got something for my man?
Yeah. So I got a good question for you, 5. What is it that you can tell, players? How can I say? What is it that you can kind of explain to a lot of these great young players that might be getting overlooked because they're quote unquote undersized? And when I see, that's what people don't understand about that old Big 12 that we played in and how hard it was. Because, ladies and gentlemen, you had guys like Rome, you had Darren Sproles, you had Aaron Lockett. I mean, these dudes were burners, and not about being the biggest dude, but so explosive and dangerous. But sometimes it's like that with recruiting coming out of high school. Kids just get overlooked for that fact, and even despite them being so dangerous. So what is maybe something that you can tell these young players so they won't get discouraged and keep balling out? Maybe your mentality is like, that's why every time you touch the ball, like, I'm going to crib everything. You know what I'm saying?
Good question. No, absolutely. Good.
Yeah.
Awesome question, Q. I think coming out of high school, a lot of the big schools dropped off because of my size.
Yeah.
That was very, very discouraging. But I really think, man, probably since I was 6 years old, I've always really been the smallest. And for some reason, I've always been secure with my size, with my height. Man. Honestly, it's really the size of your heart that really matters. But every time I stepped in between those lines, Q and T, man, I played with a chip on my shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
And I had the mentality, even though I was the smallest player on the field, I always had that mentality that I was the baddest player within them lines.
Mm-hmm.
And I tried to play like that. So if there is any players who kind of is going through that, what I went through in terms of being the smallest, preparation, make sure your mind, your body is sound, and just, man, play with that chip on your shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
And play relentless every play. Relentless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Schools
No,
will
that's
see. Definitely. That does not matter. I promise you. Because again, if we could play tape back on Rome, you would trust and believe. Y'all just keep balling. But I wanted to make sure, Rome, that you told these kids that, because that's something that I know a lot of these kids are going through. Like, man, I'm 5'7" or what, I'm 5'8", and they looking for a 6'1" cat. So you know what I'm saying? Ball. Just ball.
yeah.
And I think the first thing you have to be comfortable with yourself. You have to be secure with yourself. I have a lot of buddies, and Dre just displayed that. They talk about me, my height, but I feel like if they're not talking about me, they don't love me. That's how I feel. It's just love. So I think you have to be secure of who you are and your size, and for whatever reason, I've always been secure with who I am and my shortness per se. So this is what God gave me, man, and I just tried to use that thing to the fullest, man. So that's
definitely.
kind of what it was for me.
Definitely.
No,
That's
I
what's
love
up.
it. I love
That's
it. And
what's up.
I can speak on his behalf, man. Rome's gonna get you ready for the game on Saturday. He gonna get you ready for the game. He's gonna even and do not let size fool you. Rome is strong. He's gonna block his ass off. He's gonna take something to the house on kick return. He's gonna do the fly sweeps. And if you miss, it's gonna be a problem.
You gone.
So I can vouch from personal experience. Definitely helped me get ready for whatever I was about to deal with on Saturday. So that's why he was an All-American. So, man, thank you tremendously coming on in the Locker Room Show, man. Love you dearly, and good to see you doing well. And go Buffs, huh?
Right on. QT, man, I appreciate y'all.
Yeah, man. Anytime, for sure.
Keep doing y'all's thing, man. Y'all doing an awesome job.
Appreciate you.
No doubt. We see the great Coach Fall saying great advice. Good for kids to hear. Yeah, there are some kids that are counted out, Coach. And right there, just in the life after football. There you go. We see you, TK, career pass. Oh, there's a good one. I'll give you that one because TK jumped in here. As far as I know how it went for me, man. But as far as for you, Rome, was it hard to adjust after you hung up your cleats and helmet? And is there any advice you could give football players as far as maybe career paths to take a look at?
That is a good question, TK. Yes, transitioning from life, or I guess from football to the real life, it was challenging. It probably took me 2 years to kind of navigate and maneuver those barriers and challenges to get back on my feet. The advice that I would give to a high school student or even a football player before that point is to find other interests other than football. Because you can't play football all your life. No matter if you go to college and be a student athlete, no matter if you go to the league, at some point football is going to end. So when football ends, what else are you going to do?
Yeah.
So that's why I think it's essential, it's critical to find other interests, play an instrument.
Did you know that while you were playing Rome, or did you not find another passion until after?
I didn't do that, T. Wood. High school, college, I just thought if I graduate, if I attain my degree, that I would be okay. I did get my degree, obviously, but I still had some challenges. I didn't identify that passion other than football, and that's what I missed out on. But I was able. I fell down, which was okay, but I got back up. So, currently I have a learning center that I've been running for 11 years, and I found my passion, serving kids 2.5 to 12. Fellas are having an awesome time, man, having a blast, just trying to give back and serve these kids and families. I love what I'm doing right now.
That's
amazing,
awesome.
amazing. And
That's
I've got this must be the wife. Roman failed to mention that his wife is a journalist, so great advice. So he's been well groomed. Wifey has well groomed this young man to be able to handle himself on camera.
Real quick, I want to give a shout out to Mrs. Hollowell.
There you go. Make sure you stay off the couch, brother. Stay off the couch. So we love it, man. And once again, dude, brother, I love you to death. I'll see you this fall. But hey, this is the man. You guys, once again, College All-American. We're bringing in the best of the best to serve you guys. He's given his heart. He's given his time, his advice. Dynamic player. I had a clip and was rushing in here and didn't have it, but dynamic player. If you go on YouTube, you're going to find Roman Hollowell taking something to the house, and you guys can take that to the bank. Never seen this man, and this was, I'll leave you with this too. A lot of big guys on the football field. My whole time played with this young man for 5 years. Never seen him take a big hit. Never seen him take a big hit. So, that's the beautiful thing about football is you can navigate it at your own size and speed. So, Rome, true legend in Colorado, baby. I'll see you this fall, man. Have a good one.
All right, fellas. Right on. Appreciate y'all.
For sure.
All right. And there you guys have it once again, the great Roman Hollowell, and another great show in the books, Q. Another great show in the books.
Another one down, man. But I tell you what, it's going to be a big, big weekend this week. It's going to be huge. When I say huge, I can't even remember in the last couple of years this Colorado TCU game, how big the magnitude,
the anticipation for game one.
Huge.
Yeah.
But let's not forget about this shoe giveaway. T, tell them, man, we got to touch on that. We got to hit on that. Hey, don't forget about that. Nah.
Yeah, so we got to have some kickoff fireworks. We ain't going to have y'all just out here without no kickoff fireworks. So what the guru is talking about, y'all, is the custom cleats giveaway. We are doing a custom cleats giveaway for the Locker Room Show, you guys. We want to blow this community up. We want to take it to the next level and be known as the best football community on YouTube. So we got our man who is a king at designing cleat shoes, Matt Bustamante. He is going to help us out. We are choosing someone in our audience, you guys, someone that has subscribed to the show. So please, if you haven't subscribed, definitely hit the button. Tell your family, tell your teammates, tell your mama, tell your friends and the dog to subscribe, because we are going to let somebody design their own shoes. So in a week from now, we're going to shut down the entry. And a matter of fact, while I'm talking, let me get the link up for you guys, because we are going to shut down the entries in a week from now. So you got to get your entries in now. And then we're going to choose on the 14th, you guys. The 14th. On the show, we're going to choose a winner. So this is big time, you guys. Let me get this link for you right here so you guys can make sure that you have been entered into the custom cleats giveaway. So we're going to facilitate you getting with Matt. And then after you get with Matt, whoever the winner is, you guys, then you get to design your own cleats. If you got, you already know what college you're going to. You got a saying that you say with all your friends. Right here, you see the fire department. You see the eagle on the left. So whatever you want to put on your cleats, we're going to make it happen for you free of charge. You're going to have your drip right for the rest of the season. Hopefully you're making plays in these cleats.
I would hope so.
Hopefully making plays in these cleats and just don't look crazy out there or on the bench. And then also with it, that ain't it. You get a custom back plate. You get a custom back plate too. So you getting cleats, you getting back plate. You better ball out and send us the videos, because we trying to put you on. Okay, maybe a scholarship.
Right, and understand Mr. Matt Bustamante, that's actually, for those of you that are sneakerheads, he actually trained directly under the shoe doctor, which is the best customizer in the world. So the guy that's making your cleats, these customizers, Matt Bustamante at Daydreams Customs out in LA, is among the best of the best as far as customization. Okay.
Exactly.
And we're sweetening the deal. And what is the guru talking about? Well, that's the grand prize. Second prize, just in case you don't win your customized cleats, you got to still subscribe. Second prize is a $75 gift card to Dick's Sporting Goods. That means you can go get yourself some vapor receiver.
Fit it anyway.
Yeah, whatever else you need.
You just ain't custom, but you still fit it.
And we throwing in a third place prize, which is a $25 gift card from Battle, right? So you got to subscribe. You got to tell your friends, tell the whole squad, because if you don't enter, you can't win.
There you go. There you go. So don't even say you didn't know, because there you go. We're telling you, we're giving away some custom cleats, some vapors, and you're going to design them. You want to put your mama's name on it, your girlfriend, do what you do, but they're for you. So, hey, enter in right there. We put it in the comments section. You guys, I am in Nashville to watch Tennessee. Okay. I see you, TK. Have fun at the game. If you know any football players, man, have them get into the custom cleats giveaway, because there's no reason you shouldn't be able to get a prize if you don't get into this. So once again, the custom cleats giveaway next week, next Thursday's show is the deadline, you guys. It's the deadline. If you want to have a chance to have Matt customize your cleats for the rest of the season, your back play, or win prize number 2, the $75 to Dick Sports, or prize number 3, you got to get in. So hit that link in the comments section, share it with your boys. Don't be stingy, and make sure that you get in. Also, if you didn't know, and you're a young student athlete, a football player out there, before you go pro, which is the power of the Locker Room Show, is actually more than just content, you guys. We serve young student athletes. We get football players to colleges across the country. We got players playing as we speak, and we would love to help you out too. So make sure you check us out at Before You Go Pro online on social media, or www.beforeyougopro.com, the website. Make sure you're on our college prospects database. That's the one that goes to all the college recruiters so that you guys can get seen. So, hey, a lot, and definitely subscribe. But this is the beginning of the season, you guys, and we want to make sure you're covered in every angle. So we want to drip you out, and then we also want to give you the game and the sauce and the education you need. We got some amazing guests coming into the Locker Room Show this season. So, and we may be on location. Don't even sleep. If you see us on location down the road somewhere, maybe coming to a game near you. So, Q, anything for the good people before we get out of here, baby?
Subscribe and hit that button. You got to get fresh. It's football season, man. Let's get these new cleats. And then it's prime time.
Big Jimmy says, can I win and donate to a kid? Yeah, man.
Yeah, Jimmy, you win.
You gotta subscribe. So jump on in. Have your significant other, like I said, the dog, your cousin, your grandma. Have everybody jump on into the raffle, because you probably know somebody that would love to have some custom cleats or maybe a gift card. All right. So make sure you jump on in and help get somebody right for the season. So, all right, you guys. Well, hey, it's football time. You guys enjoy the game. If you're playing this weekend, make plays. You never know who's watching. And then otherwise, tune in next week. So we can bring some more great content to you. And then subscribe. All right. We'll see you guys at the top. Have a good one.